And back here at home, let's cross over to Orange House, where Trevor Mbija is standing by. The National Executive Council of ODM called a meeting to address some of the recent happenings in the party. Trevor, what are some of the key talking points they want to address?
Well, thanks, Vicky. Like you rightfully mentioned, we are outside the ODM house. We've actually been locked outside. The National Executive Council is meeting here to sort out at least three main issues. One, the dissenting voices in court. This coming out after Paul Otuoma resigned and also Ababu Namwamba resigned from his position. And of course, there's also that image that there's the issues around ODM where most of them are going to move away from that. Like the nominated MP Isaac Mwaura just mentioned that there'll be more defections from ODM. And I think that is the main reason why the National Executive Council is meeting behind closed doors. We've actually been locked out as media houses. Several media houses are here just waiting to be given a brief at around 1:30 p.m. The guards here say we cannot go inside. That goes far enough to show you the magnitude of the issues being discussed around here. They probably do not want any information leaking out to the media before they come up with the one voice that is unifying both of them. We've been able to see a couple of MPs and some vehicles going in and out of the ODM house. Some of them walked out on phone trying to make consultations far and wide, but nothing yet has been confirmed to any member of the press. But we've been told that around 1:30 they might let us in just to find out what exactly was happening here. But this is also coming just a day after the president met the new Ford Kenya MPs and leaders, and of course they decided to join Jubilee. That way, meaning that the Western voting bloc is almost heading towards the government, and that is what also ODM and CORD leaders are trying to tame. In fact, the ODM leader, CORD leader Raila Odinga is expected to tour that area, the Western region area, within the coming few weeks. And that is also one of the issues that Ababu Namwamba raised earlier on, saying that his people of Budalangi have been neglected for quite some time now. It's been over 9 years before the former Prime Minister went there. Now he's going there, and Ababu Namwamba thinks that is almost too little, too late. But there's also another issue coming up here. Most of them, like Ababu Namwamba, has not exactly tendered his official resignation, and therefore his replacement becomes a bit of a tricky, shaky ground. But he was asked about this, and he said that nothing can be more clear than him having said that he's resigned from his position as the Secretary General. But legally, he has to hand in the papers first before any replacement is done.
Yeah, so Trevor, his refusal or reluctance to give over the resignation letter would look like a power play because he hasn't officially left the party. He's left the post, of course. So what could he be after beyond that?
Absolutely, like you just mentioned, it may look like a power play, but we have not been able to speak to him directly. We'll try and find him later on just to see whether he's actually going to officially hand in the resignation papers. As of yesterday, all he mentioned is that having said several times that he's resigned should be enough. But that does not allow the ODM side to look for a replacement, because then essentially he is still the Secretary General until those papers are given officially. Then they can look for a replacement. So maybe what is happening right now at the National Executive Council meeting, we can only speculate that they're trying to find out how to deal with these dissenting voices in ODM and in CORD as well, and make sure that the ODM doesn't crack.
Thank you, Trevor, and hopefully they come out as a house united after that briefing. That was Trevor Mbija outside of the ODM headquarters, where the National Executive Council is holding a crisis meeting of sorts, if you want to call it that, to come with a united voice and to clear up some of the air in terms of what's happening with the dissenting voices in the party.